All right, what up? How y'all doing out there in the internet world? My name is Jay Tate, as you can see. Sometimes I go by JG Tate because I can, and that's what my parents named me. We are live, of course, here after Auburn's thrashing of Arkansas in the Gus Bowl 2019. I want to let everybody know that, as you may have heard, I had a minor issue here at the house. I think it was Thursday. I was about to do my podcast with Neil McCready, and I smelled smoke coming out of my rack, my little musical component rack here. And sure enough, my sound processor was on fire. It was smoking, and well, that's not good. I can't really do shows without that particular piece of equipment. So I got up with a company out in Indiana, and they were able to get me a new one shipped here very quickly. I got it in about 24 hours. So we're good to go on the show. The only downside is that I did my best to get the settings all put back together exactly the way they were, but it's hard to tell. So if something doesn't sound right, just holler at me in the chat, and I'll be able to adjust it as we go. I think I should sound pretty good. It's the callers that I can't really mimic unless they're actually calling me. And so we'll work on that as we move along. We'll see what's going on in the chat. Appreciate you guys being part of what we're doing here. William Taylor's always part of it. Brandon's here as usual. Thank you guys for coming in. Brad's always here for us. Thanks, Brad. I know who you are, but didn't want to say, I'm not trying to put your names with your tags or whatever. Colin's in the house. How you doing, man? Working for peanuts. I know your story. Okay, so the important stuff. Let's get that out of the way. I kind of came up with the idea of starting to call this the Drunker Bunker, but I don't know if that would work. Today's beverage of choice is one that I actually haven't consumed more than like just a sip in probably 10 years. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a whirl today. It's one that I know you guys have had before, a little 1792. Technically, it's called small batch, but to me, it's just like the regular stuff. You can get that. It's on sale at ABC here in the state of Alabama for, I think this bottle's $24, which I bet you that's a good value for $24. So I'm going to go ahead and pour one up here. And, this one's to another Gus Bowl in the books. Nah, for real. This is to the folks who are listening, of course, and to our subscribers. Thank you very much for being part of what we do here at auburnsports.com. Before we even start, you might be watching this from the YouTube or whatever. I am the publisher of auburnsports.com, a tremendous website that writes about Auburn football, basketball, baseball, recruiting, et cetera, et cetera. If you're not a member there, you need to be. A lot of the folks in the chat are members there, and we thank them very much because we love them, all of them. Alex says it's an absolute Gus Bowl classic. Oh, no doubt, man. I had a feeling. I think my official prediction on this one was 34-7 or 34-3, and I missed that one a little bit. I knew it was going to be a butt kicking, but my thought was that, Gus is friends, like in real life, with Chad Morris, and I didn't think he wanted to make him look really bad. And it looks bad if you look at the score, but Auburn kind of would score in bunches and then shut down for a little while. And honestly, I think like when Gus is talking about this game privately with Christie or whoever, I don't think he's going to be disgusted about the tempo, particularly in the third quarter or the second quarter rather, when all of us were like, somebody needs to turn the car on before it rolls. I don't think he's going to be upset about it because I just don't. He was running stuff that was so incredibly basic that I think he's like, oh, well. I mean, it was just inside zone over and over. I mean, there was almost no creativity in that second quarter. They picked it up a little bit in the pass game, but really the run game was the same basic stuff, which, you don't need to do it. You got a big game against LSU. It was obvious about 5 minutes into this game that Auburn had this one locked down. So what's the deal? No reason to get cute. Cass, to hear Coach Kenny on the radio. Dude, I love Kenny Dillingham. He's a fun guy to talk to. And even when I'm talking to him about something as innocuous as Jimmy John's, because he loves him some Jimmy John's now, he still speaks with that fervor and that intensity, First sip. Get you. Alex notes, Arkansas had 54 rushing yards. Yeah, Arkansas really didn't get a lot done today. There was a point there, I think it was early second quarter, when I was like, I don't think they're going to get past midfield today. I really didn't, because they never could run. And then the pass rush was just so intense on Hicks throughout that first quarter. I was like, he's never going to have a chance to even do anything. And eventually they did get the ball going a little bit. They actually got a touchdown. The guys on ESPN, I don't want to make fun of them too much, because Taylor Zarzer is a friend of mine. He's a guy that used to run a sports radio show in Mobile. Just good dude. But it was like, when Arkansas would force a third down and out, it was like, well, that's a big win for Arkansas. I was like, well, okay. It's like, yeah, the girl slapped me in the face and told me to get the hell away from her, but I did ask her out. And everybody's like, oh, good job, guy. Way to be. Got these big fangs, man. You're just batting the bunny around. Those of you who are Swingers fans from the movie. All right, a couple things I want to go through here real quick. Bo Nix, kind of a weird day, right? He made some really good plays early, scored the first touchdown, in fact, on a nice run. Went into a weird lull where I didn't think he managed the offense well at all, and he missed some throws, and you're like, here we go again, just like he did at Florida. But he picked it up in the third quarter, particularly the second half of the third quarter and into the fourth. He made the nice throw to Seth, which is a coverage bust, but still he identified it, made the throw. And I thought the throw to Anthony Schwartz on the smash route was really good. And I thought his back shoulder throw to Seth for that touchdown in the corner was also really good. So he made some really good throws. The pressure was not on him very much, which will be different from next week, but a solid day for him. Let's see. I'll pull up some numbers here for you guys. I have a different layout this time for the numbers, just to kind of give you a better look at everything that's going on there. Unfortunately, it doesn't show individual numbers, but you can see there, Auburn ends up with 491 yards. I had 70 plays today, it had pretty good tempo, particularly in the first quarter. They were just running them down. Passed the ball fairly effectively, although they had, 198 passing? 193 is the final number. 298 rushing, including Harold Joyner absolutely eating them up in the fourth quarter. Possession about equal. Auburn was 7 of 13 on third. Arkansas was 4 of 16 on third down. Yeah, the defense had them pretty much pickled all night. Had the beast pickled. First down rushing. Auburn goes 24 carries for 191. Arkansas goes 13 carries for 37. That's a little bit of a difference there, huh? Yeah. Pretty interesting there. Had a couple batted balls there early on. I thought that was going to be a theme throughout the day, and then it really wasn't, but it didn't matter. You got the interception by Chandler Wooten on the fake punt, which may have been the worst fake punt I've ever seen. He shot it like a basketball. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, seriously, did you guys see that? I'm sure you did if you were watching it. So the punter takes it, and it's like he was shooting a basketball, and then just threw it right to Chandler Wooten, and there goes their interception drought. Down the drain, I guess. And then JD made an awesome interception later in the game. That was absolutely insane. Let me put these back up. I'm going to take a look at the chat while you guys take a look there. Phil Petway says 5.8 yards per rush. Absolutely. They were pretty good. Although AU Taxman says 5.6 won't get it done against LSU. I mean, if they could put up that number against LSU, it'd be fine. It's just, can they do that against LSU? Probably not. William says, did John Stockton do the fake punt? Yeah, that's what it looked like, man. I don't know what was going on with that. I'd be interested to hear what he had to say about it. I mean, it's a cool idea, I guess, but you can't basketball heave it. Come on, man. I really like their play where they had the tight ended motion, like slowly coming across, and then he took the ball under center and then got through on a sneak. That was a pretty cool play. I haven't seen that before. Hunter Adams, who does our Know the Enemy pieces, and he's a football coach here in the state. We have talked many times about why college teams don't do the sneak more often. It works. I mean, particularly when you've got Joey Gatewood. You mean he can push some guys over and just get that first down converted. But They don't like to do it. DJ Williams had a solid day. I'm going to have to pull these numbers up here. DJ Williams finishes with 11 carries, 48 yards. I've got it scrolling on the scroll there, but I forgot what I typed in. 4.4 yards per carry. It was fine. That's about what I thought. I was thinking 10 carries. He got 11. That's fine. Harold Joyner was eating him up late. 4 carries for 59 yards. And he had that touchdown run that was probably, 30 yards, 25 yards, something like that. And he's just too big for them. Too big. He's a big dude. Brantley says offense was sparked when DJ Williams got in. Can't disagree with that. I mean, that was about the time they were coming along. I think he deserves more run, but based on what we saw in this game, I don't know that Gus is ready to give the ball to DJ a lot in the LSU game. I had my suspicions that it was going to be Cam, and now I'm pretty damn sure it's going to be Cam. Love the Cats is back. The brain drain encourages day drinking. Yes, sir, it does. It's because I'm sitting here doing it, bro. I don't know if you saw, but we're drinking, they call it small batch, but really it's just 1792, which I think is a good bourbon. I think it's from Bardstown. Yeah. Bardstown, Kentucky, which is like, it's more or less central Kentucky. I guess it would be the western edge of central Kentucky. Yeah. I've not been to that particular distillery. I felt kind of bothered yesterday because they had the 1792 in my ABC store, which is out on East Chase. They had it in a Buffalo Trace thing. Like, here's a bunch of things from Buffalo Trace, and I'm like, this is not Buffalo Trace, but that's okay. Brian says he went Cat Head Honeysuckle. Buddy, I have some here always. I've always got some here on the right hand because you never know when you might need a little cat head. Getting back to the game real quick, I do think they were very basic on offense. They got a little bit more, I thought, in the passing game. They did a little bit more in the third quarter there to try to get things sparked back going, and in the fourth quarter as well. But, yeah, I think Gus wanted to get up and then just coast it out, and I really doubt he's going to be fired up about it. I mean, he might do it in front of the cameras, but I doubt he's going to be mad about things. He'll be mad. He'll be more mad about Bo fumbling than anything else that happened in that game. You watch. Some questions early on if Seth was even in the game, meaning was his head in the game? Remember they had that route where it was actually designed to be a drag to Seth. I think it was a third down. I have to go back in my notes and look at it. You guys probably remember. And he threw it to Seth, and Seth was just kind of dogging the route like he wasn't even paying attention really. And it looked like, oh, my God, here comes the ball. I got to go try to get it, and he didn't get it. And some of the folks on the bunker were like, geez, what's the deal with Seth? That's terrible effort. I just don't think that ball was supposed to go to him. I think it was supposed to go to Sal. It was schemed up to go to Sal because that safety was vacating to go behind Sal. So he was going to catch that ball on a dead run for Sal, and he was going to have wide open space ahead of him. That was almost sure to be a touchdown. I don't know why he chose to go another route, but he did. I thought Seth had a fine game. I don't know if he was in it or not. I wasn't interviewing him in the game. Seth's kind of an interesting cat. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to kind of glean from some of the interviews that we've had here, maybe you've seen elsewhere. He's kind of a low-key dude, man. Sometimes he's hard to read. And he's kind of on a different planet, the way that Cam Newton was on a different planet, in my opinion. Good dude, both of them. But you have to kind of think about them differently if you're going to try to judge, are they in the game or not? Because to a regular person, Seth's never in the game. He's just kind of a different kind of person. He's hard to gauge. Gus did say all week that Anthony Schwartz was going to get a lot more work today, and he came through on that. I think the first 2 touches of the game went to Schwartz. He finished with 6 receptions on 7 targets. That's a lot for him. And then 2 carries. So 9 touches. Well, 8 touches. They tried to give him 9. And that's not bad for 70 plays, especially a blowout like that when he's not going to be playing a whole lot in the fourth quarter. So Gus came through on that one. Harold Joyner, mentioned him briefly earlier. Obviously, he's a bunker hero. Everybody likes him. He is a very intriguing guy to look at. He's huge, To me, he's like a bigger, more athletic cartoon Carl Stewart from the 2003-04 season, if you guys remember him, from Alcoa, Tennessee. One of my favorite underrated players that Auburn's ever had. I mean, Carl Stewart's a pretty good player. He just was playing on a team that had Carnell and Ronnie and Brandon Jacobs. And, I mean, good luck getting through on that group. And he had his chances. Maybe he was from Maryville. I think he was from Alcoa, though. Those of you up that way, if Scotty B's on the horn, he's going to know that because he's from that way. Also, I mentioned this earlier. Last thing I'll talk about before we start going in other directions. I do think Gus didn't want to embarrass Chad. I really believe that. I mean, Gus is not big on friends per se, but he and Chad are like friends for real. And, Chad owes his career, at least his college career, to Gus. He does. He was a fantastic high school coach before he met Gus. He became even better after that. But there he is. Jeff Cheney corrected me. Yes, the king of the wheel route from Maryville. All right, very good. Alcoa was close. I was close. I don't think he wanted to embarrass Chad, and I think he would have been fine with just grinding this thing out as a 31-10. And they got a few more points because they got a few more coverage busts, and they were able to burn him, which is good. That's the kind of stuff that Bo needs to be doing. Taking command of situations like that. I'm going to pour a little bit more here of this 1792 small batch. Maybe we'll talk about some of those stats a little bit more. Anything jump out to you guys? Cass says it's like 10 minutes between Alcoa and Maryville. Yeah, from where I'm sitting, it's like a hell of a long way away and a hell of a long way away. Take a look again at some of these numbers. See if we can mine some funky stats on here. Sometimes there's some funny ones. I thought that first down rushing was interesting. Average first down gain for Auburn is 9.4 yards. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's a winning formula right there, huh? I'd say so. 4 passing touchdowns for Auburn, including one for Joey. Auburn goes plus 10 on first downs. That's pretty good. Yards per play, they doubled them up. That's pretty good. Number of screwball fake punts, 1-0 in favor of Arkansas. That's good for Auburn. Went for 3 fourth down attempts, Arkansas did, and we got one of them. Interesting. I didn't remember all those. I guess they went into like panic mode in the third quarter, I reckon. Penalties about even. Auburn had the one fumble. I thought it was going to go out of bounds and Bo was going to be able to live a charmed life yet again, but no, it stopped right short of that and he picked it up. Good for him. Good hustle. That's about all I see there. Oh, Cass, you were saying I was close enough. Appreciate that, bro. Jeff says I got to pace myself with the 1792. You're probably right, man. If you guys remember the Florida night, I got a little bit loopy on that one. And then we got the LSU game is going to be, at 2:30, so we'll probably be drunk or bunker in like at, 7 to 10 or 11? Be careful that night, too. Early thoughts on the LSU game. Well, let's think about this rationally. First of all, Gus tends to lay eggs in Baton Rouge. I think we can all agree on that. And he tends to start quickly in Baton Rouge. LSU has a very, very good offense right now. Super, super good. Their defense, to me, is probably a 7 out of 10. And their offense, to me, is probably a 9 out of 10, is what I think. And to me, that smells like the kind of game where Auburn gets ahead, falls behind, slowly catches up, but doesn't quite catch them. It's kind of what I see. You think about that game last year, that was the weirdest game of the whole year because I'm telling you the honest truth. If you remember, Joe Burrow made that clutch-ass throw that went, as I recall, over Deshaun and then into a really tight window. I think that's what it was. And he caught that conversion. That wasn't even a route. That was not part of the play. Just freewheeling, man. That's what the good players can do, I'm telling you. Kid's from Athens, Ohio. Joe Burrow is. Home of the Ohio University Bobcats. The alma mater of former Auburn beat hack Andrew Gribble, who now covers the Cleveland Browns for NFL.com. All right. I'm going to go ahead and fire up the phone lines. We'll see if folks want to call in. I don't know. It's kind of a weird time. We're at 3:23 in the Central Time Zone. And, yeah, it's kind of a weird time to be drinking and stuff. I mean, I don't mind. I'm here for you guys. I want to do what's best for you. We already got 4 voicemails, so yeah, I guess folks are calling in or have been. Might as well. Let's see. I got to get this out on the Twitter. Let me get this out on the Twitter real quick. This is where my administrative assistant would come in handy. Actually, my wife offered to do that, but she's on a trip. She's on a trip right now to she went to Nashville last night with her friend Catherine, and they had a little girls' night. And she's on her way back. Sorry about this. I know this is scintillating entertainment here. Auburn, Arkansas. Come join the fun. Oh, and we're drinking too. Should I say that? Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, we'll send this out on the Twitter. There he is. Love the cats. If you guys remember, man, what, 3 or 4 weeks ago, you were doing your little thing where you were like, oh, I got to go. My wife's home. Oh, man. All right. My guy at Arkansas says he's got the videos up. Got to check in with Brian to see. Jeff asks, where's the dog? Dog's downstairs, man. Usually my administrative assistant brings those up. But again, she's on the road. I'm hoping she'll be here the next hour or so. I can't. It's hard to do this when I'm sitting here babbling. All right, let me put the number up here if you guys are interested in calling in. 230. It is within the realm of possibility, I should say, that something's wrong with the Skype. Because like I said, when that equipment died the other day, it's it's very intricate on how to get all this stuff put back together. And it's possible that I messed that up somehow. Uh-oh. I got to change how I answer these calls because, people got mad on the bunker. Hello, caller. How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
What's up, JG?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Nah, I'm just fighting the power one more day. Who am I speaking with?
Cleveland Brown.
Hey, what up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I got to get that spelled right. Yes, sir. I got it. That's
you at the end.
Yeah, I know, man. I know for sure. How you been?
Good. I'm actually surprised I got in.
You been drinking today?
A little bit.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Thoughts on the Gus Bowl?
It kind of went as well as I expected. It was slow at the start, but they handled their business. But overall, it was a very good game.
All right, cool. They're having trouble hearing you on the show, and it's not your fault. It's my fault.
No worries.
Yeah, I got to figure that out. Let's see. Can you hear him now?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. Another day in paradise. Working on like I said, I had to change some equipment this week, and I think it messed up some elements of the show there.
Okay. As far as the game today, it was a slow start at the beginning, but everything came well together. Defense held their own. Rushing was very good. Like most people, I wanted to see DJ at first, but he came close he came good at the end. What did you think?
Yeah, I thought DJ was solid at the end. He got 11 carries and looked pretty good. So, that's a step in the right direction, I think.
It definitely was. Harold Joyner, he got his carries at the end, like most people wanted. I'm definitely on
Yeah, he's really good. But it seems like they always give him chances, like when he's really, really like late in the game, and he ran over Tulane, and then he ran over Arkansas, and like yeah, you know.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. Well, Cleveland, I'm sorry. Here's the problem: is that I don't have my settings quite right yet, so I don't think they were able to hear you very well. But my apologies for that. All right, bro.
It's all good, man. You take it easy.
Thanks for calling in. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
All right, Cleveland Brown. So you guys, can you hear him at all, or just like barely? Low level murmuring. Dadgummit. Alex, I know it's a disaster. It does suck. I'm not gonna lie about it. You just couldn't hear him enough. Dadgummit. Well, that really bothers me. I feel like I have failed you. And I don't want to fail you. Even my wife's texting me. That's so sad. The call that never happened. I'm not exactly sure how to fix that issue. Not right off. Not when I'm live on the show. Ay. All right, we're going to try it one more time. Because I can hear him real good, you know. But that's not really what's important. Hey, caller, how you doing? Thanks for calling in, yo.
JG, what's up?
Word, how you been?
Doing all right, man. I was a little scared in the second quarter.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah, just the offense looked rough, man. Bo couldn't get in the rhythm. Went 3 and out of it, like 3 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Not fun to watch.
No, it really wasn't. Who am I speaking with?
This is Boogie Lover 28.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Boogie like Boogie Whip.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I'm familiar with him. Thoughts on this game?
Well, I mean, like I said, second quarter looked rough, but came on late in the third quarter. Wish we could have seen Joyner before the scrubs went in, but that's all right. He looked good running the ball, though.
Yeah, no, Joyner. When I saw him go into the when they saw him go into the game, I was like, here we go. The Buckets going to be really fired up about this.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
It was good to see him get some big carries, though. That touchdown run was nice.
yeah, he
For a big guy.
and he ran right through the defense, man. I mean, they had no chance on that one. So
Yeah, it looked like Arkansas didn't have anyone in the box there. I don't know what they were doing.
yeah, I'm having some issues with the calls tonight, and so I'm afraid that even though you're doing an awesome job, I don't know as though they're hearing you. So that's on me, bro.
Hey, it's the first time I've ever called and I got in. I was just excited to hear you.
I appreciate you calling in, though, bro, and I'm giving you credit on the show anyway. All right.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right. Appreciate you. See it. All right. So I got to think about this. Jay says you got to keep working on those volume settings. I know. That's not good enough. It's just not good enough. I'm not sure what I should do now. I can sit here and like ponder it and try to figure out how to fix it and come back strong. What's weird is that, so I hear them, obviously, because I'm having these conversations with them, but you guys are not. And I'm trying to figure out here live why or how I can get this thing set up right. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably shut down the stream I got to, and then try to figure out what AU Textman says. Can I just tell some jokes? Gus walks into a bar with a dachshund and a bottle of 1792 under each arm. He goes to the bar. I'm just kidding. I don't really have a joke for that. Okay. So what we're going to do is now we're going to pause. Jeff asked, am I using a mixing board? Yeah, I didn't change the board, though. I just changed one part of it. So we'll be back. If you guys are going to blow me off for the rest of the night, I totally understand. I deserve that. I deserve that scorn. Everything was fine until I changed my doggone box. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you. And hopefully I'll be back up here in just a minute, all right? Appreciate you.